This week, hello, alright. This week we've got CPI on Tuesday, 10-year bond auction on Monday. Not a huge one, but it is something. But yeah, CPI Tuesday, Wednesday, PPI, Thursday, just some orange folders, at least on Forex Factory. But yeah, tomorrow it says we've got a red folder, the Fed's Cook-SCOTUS argument. But there are the orange folders, which are the 3-year note, 10-year note, CPI Tuesday, Wednesday, PPI, Supreme Court ruling on tariffs, it's tentative, crude oil inventories. Wow, there's a lot. Thursday we have initial jobless claims and some more orange folders. Yeah, I just don't trust Forex Factory or any of it anymore. And we did have some bear flows come in on SPY in the middle of the day. Basically right at the start of the PM session. But everything else, nothing much. Just regular trend following flow. Alright, let's kind of clean this up a bit. Let's look at the drawing list. I do like having all these higher time frame levels, but this daily might be irrelevant. Some of these inefficiencies. Yeah, on weekly, let's just get started here. So far, big move up on the weekly. I never marked out the yearly candle open. So here's the yearly low. Should mark that out as a. Let's make that. Let's make it red. Whoops. There's the open. Look at this market structure shift if we get it. So far we're about to create an inefficiency. On the quarterly, if we get it, there is one right there too, and a shift there. Monthlies, nothing on the monthly, weekly, nothing on the weekly. Alright, down to the daily. Oh, I didn't realize this was the low there, where we manipulated. Interesting. That's been used. Looks like that's been used as well. Daily shift there. Retested that. Moving back up. Obviously bullish here. Sure, there's a divergence there. This got used. But yeah, daily, nothing there. 4 hour. highs now. It's all been rebalanced. Oops. So this 4-hour got respected here. Not much else for me there yet. Just clean this up a bit. It's good enough for me. Alright. Oops. Let's also look on this chart. Failed to reach a discount. Can basically just clean this whole chart off. Some of it I want to leave. Nice 24-hour daily shift here. So yeah, obviously moving higher. Yeah, really nice look to that. I do have some nice support resistance liquidity here. Wonder if we can edit these. No. Boom. Nice. So much cleaner. So yeah, nice support resistance liquidity there. I do like that. If we get, oops, a reversal. Let's see if it's even there on this chart. We adjust that, not really. There's a gap there on the regular trading hours. But anyways, it is a very clear level here. So, but I think that's about it for the Dow. Probably a lot to clean up here too. We are about to shift. This is a new year opening gap. I should have had that marked out. New week opening gap, but let's turn it into a new year opening gap. Looks too. Enyaq. I feel like the color's gotta be obvious. We've already used all those. Yeah, I'm just gonna try this one. hardly ever is going to get used, but all right. Lots of crap on here, dude. Let's just go to the daily. This daily has seriously been used. I don't know what this is. That support resistance level's been used. I'm gonna turn this alert off. These were some daily things. Not so obvious equal lows there. This 4 hour got used. Don't care about that 1 hour. Daily inversion there. Don't care for this 4 hour. But yeah, this daily inversion definitely got used. We'll leave that there. This got used. Prior all-time high. It's been manipulated so far. Alright, now I can kind of just make what's new. Alright, so we got a new week opening gap there that got respected. Had an inefficiency there, daily. Breaking out. Daily, no shifts besides this one that's been filled in. We did get a shift there above the all-time high as like an inversion. I actually want to keep that one there. You can see that held very nicely. Yeah, look at that. New day opening gap. So far punching through the high. 4 hour chart. We did get a shift here, but just above that high there. 4 hour BISI. Nice. But yeah, on the daily, there's not much. Neither on the monthly. Just this giant wick. Quarterly, obviously that's forming, but we've got a few more months. Look at that. Annual move up. Wow. It's just crazy. And then it just rebalanced the entire thing. Now let's look at SPY. So nice gap up, move up. Took the inefficiency, balanced that out. Just going to be looking for some extra levels here. Yeah, so far we've just moved up. Oops, there we go. 24-hour chart. Not much there. Nice move up on the 4-hour. There's not any super clean levels besides just the smooth lows. This was just the old high there. Yeah, not much. Unless you just look at this as like a massive wedge. Sort of the same thing on there. The funny thing is, this is the target for that, and it's the smooth lows. It's funny, it's like you could see it breaking up both sides. Breaking this way, and then, yeah, that'll be a fun pool of liquidity to watch for this. Is it on ES? Kinda. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. Could even draw it up from here. Who knows? Alright, a lot of crap on this chart, dude. Alright, monthly still working out. Wait, monthly. So many alerts. Alright, monthly. We had this monthly inefficiency, and it's been worked out. This was a weekly, monthly support resistance. What the heck? We are on the monthly. Alright. Goodness, this is such a messy chart. Weekly. So weekly got filled in there. Nothing else here besides this big new week opening gap. Daily. This has been almost completely filled in. These dailies got used. Support resistance liquidity got used. There's a gap there. There's a daily inefficiency there. And this got cleanly used there. I'll leave that one there. Alright. But yeah, daily, let's just mark out that high there. Let's we always use these, so the no. Yeah, this daily got used nicely though. Swept underneath it, and then definitely respected it on the way back. And now we've got a nice 4-hour shift here, but not out of the range. And then there's what is inversion here, you can see, boom, that got respected. Yeah, that's about it. Let's see if it changes anything. You know, we've got relative equal highs on the... I'm going to mark it out. There is an inefficiency there. Oops. So yeah, just gonna have those there. I think this bad boy is good and gone. His highs have been already taken out. So yeah. For Qs, oh man, lots of stuff here too. Stuff that's don't even know why it's there. Oops. Relative highs there too. So yeah, on this chart, a little bit more obvious. Um, I mean, it's just the same as the adjusted chart. 4-hour chart, we did shift up out of there too. Got a clear draw on liquidity there. I mean, besides that little wick. This got swept out already. We've got equal highs already here. So that's obvious. Alright. That's basically it. So yeah, that's all there. Alright, Russell. Russell actually has been moving now. Monthly, nothing in the nothing in the obvious areas. That basically got used. Nice big weekly here still. Deleting the daily. Don't really care about any of this anymore. Looks like it's all been used. All-time highs got swept there. But yeah, on the weekly we do have maybe a shift in the works. On the daily we have a lot of it. Daily we have shifted above this high. So obvious longs on Russell to me right now. Daily Bessie. So yeah, really nice level there. There's a daily here that got respected nicely. Typical lows probably there. Yeah, nice. This will be old. Yeah, we'll leave it. So yeah, relative equal lows there still. And then old support resistance liquidity basically to come down and invert. Maybe hold this order block though. Just wick down into this. There is a 4-hour here that I would actually like to have noted. 4-hour BISI there. Pool liquidity there, pool liquidity there. It's almost like it's gonna go boop, boop, boop. But yeah, there were some more dailies down here. It's just, I guess we should have them. All right. Alright, let's finish this coffee here. Forgot about it. So IWM. You know, I ought to look at the high time frame on those guys too. Anyways, 24-hour chart, we've taken that out. I'm basically just going to delete everything on this one. Alright. So yeah, massive pool of liquidity down here. Definitely want that noted. So that's obvious. Let's actually edit this. Maybe you want it thick. Yeah. So yeah, nice big pool of relative equal lows. So far we're displacing, but we've just barely taken that high out. We got a massive inversion level here. It's lined up perfectly. We got a daily, but it's actually a 4 hour. 4 hour, and it's there. Yeah, we are shifting up. There are smooth lows, the same as regular Russell futures. And on Russell, boom. Yeah, okay, just checking. Yep, seems about it. Alright. Oh, I also forgot to mark the yearly lows out on these guys. On NASDAQ. Alright. Oh, I didn't save it? Dang it, dude. It's 2026 low. This will be a changing level. Oh, it is here on there. Boom. New year opening gap. Oh, crap. I didn't have text in here. New Yog. Okay. It's barely there on Russell. Alright. So we got everything there on the indices. Let's just take a little break and look at all of them together. A little break from the boring stuff. So we sort of have a wedge thing here on NASDAQ too. Is it here? On Q's. I mean, it's not as clean this high here. It's more of like a downward sloping situation, like this, and then like this, like a little triangle thing. So yeah, I don't really care much for it. Well, this is, you know, a retail trend line though. So I do like it. It's just a nice trend line. And it's similar on NASDAQ. Yeah, just a nice little trend line. On the futures though, this is a much nicer sort of triangle looking thing. Don't know where to really draw it, but maybe on the 4 hour it's a bit cleaner. Yeah, I don't know. But whatever it is, it's something like that. You know, something around that area. Something of that sort. And you can see on YM, similar thing. So yeah, I think that'll actually give some nice manipulation stuff. But yeah, so we have a nice divergence at the yearly low. Let me make sure we have the New Year opening gap here on this bad boy as well. Just so that it's all there. So yeah, we have a divergence that occurred at the annual low. So very, very interesting. Everyone's sort of breaking out into new highs except NASDAQ, which, you know, I would expect to eventually follow suit. I'm just looking at this old inversion fair value gap being respected. Just very interesting. But yeah, we've kind of solidified that low, but it's the way that the divergence is so high though, it's like I would actually expect these to eventually come down here and work on it a little bit more eventually. But yeah, I think we're just bullish. We've got bullish price action Let's look for the next level. So we also got a manipulation here. Right here. Oops. Oops. Let's see what we got here. We're gonna, yeah. Let's create a nice look to this. Maybe that? Yeah. But make it thicker? No. What's gonna give a nice look to this? Kinda like that. Yeah, we'll leave it like that. So yeah, SMT with what's this low? It was like a non-farm payroll high, but this one was with Russell though. So all these guys held that level. And then yeah, we had another sort of manipulation, but it was very nuanced. So this low clearly had it. If you go to the 15-minute, it's also here, but in a different way. Where we came down, swept out all of this too. And you can see we held here. So yeah, gave us that next leg up. We've continued to make new highs, manufacturing this high. Russell's getting sort of like a divergence now, a weakness. So maybe once we rotate back down, that might actually be the fuel for this. You know, maybe we're going to rotate here lower and then back up. Let me see weekend Wall Street here. I haven't checked that yet. And we did get some bear flows, so yeah, like a little pullback would make sense. So Dow's basically exactly where it closed on the weekend Wall Street. What the heck? That's the exact same thing. Sorry, NASDAQ is exactly where it closed. And same thing with the Dow. Okay, cool. Yep, we're just sitting there. So yeah, I think we're looking for Russell to kind of be the rotationary play whenever we hit a nice pool of liquidity. You know, especially you can see it with these guys. We got the same SMT here, but then we did deliver that, and now these guys sort of diverge there. I'm curious to see what happens here, and if this starts to sell off lower and takes these lows out, then like I love the look with Russell and these guys sort of rotating back and forth. Basically it for me. That was easy. Now let's look at gold. Oops. So last quarter we had a really nice move up. Nothing on the monthly. Actually, wait. There's like an internal monthly inefficiency here. Monthly. Nice monthly fair value gap there. Yearly low there. Should probably also mark that out. Yearly low. I'm gonna get rid of this stupid alert. It's getting in the way. Yeah, monthly, yearly low. New year opening gap. Weekly. Alright, weekly we had an inefficiency here, get respected. Oh wait, no. Sorry. But we do have one here. We'll keep that on there. Weekly BISI. Do we not have a weekly BISI? Oh. So we got a weekly there. New year opening gap. What the heck? What the heck is this? This is the 22nd, 29th. Huh. Okay, that is the yearly. Okay, there we go. Alright, weekly, yeah, we've just traded below those relative equal highs. On the daily, we have a nice bearish inefficiency that we're so far closing inside of. But then we also have this daily here where you've respected already playing out. We've got divergence at the lows there. And don't care about this level anymore. There's an old gap up there. Where's just my regular gap? Do I not have one? Well, I'm just going to use the roll gap. Even though it's not a roll gap. There, good enough. Nice little gap there. It got respected there perfectly. But yeah, nice little movement here. 4-hour chart. Wait, daily. Yeah, that's it on the daily. 4-hour chart. These kind of got used. Used and abused. I'd rather just put this on here. Relative equal lows here. And then on top of that, we've got a nice inefficiency here. It's a 4-hour BISI. But this daily's been used completely, so we'll have that there. Alright. Got a 4-hour here. Nice 4-hour here. Took out the high already. We formed that, okay. So not only that, we sort of have a little support resistance look to this, especially with this candle closes. Okay. But we'll see what happens. Forgot to look left. So we have a 4-hour here. Oops. 4-hour SIBI here. Just make sure that's noted. Perfect. And basically a giant inversion fair value gap here. And you can even see we've respected it quite well. But it's out of play, I think. I think we're just going to keep ripping. All right. Silver. Nice displacement on the monthly happening so far. Oops. Yearly low. Let's make sure it's New Year opening gap. Alright. Weekly has displaced. Weekly BISI. Where is it? Where is it? Always at the bottom, dude. Alright, weekly BISI untouched. We basically have it down here too. Relative equal highs at the all-time highs, very obvious. Let's edit this to trend line. Yeah, nice relative equal highs there. Daily. Alright, and get rid of this. Get rid of that. So yeah, on the daily, nice shift, or not a shift, but a SIBI there. Daily SIBI. Oops, I mean BISI. Daily BISI. Daily, daily, daily. So yeah, perfectly respected on the smaller time frame. So yeah, look at that. So clean. Took out the support resistance liquidity, tapped the order block. Classic long setup. It's going for the high. No doubt. 4 hours, we have not shifted over this high, but we may not really need to. 4 hour BISI. We had a sort of an inversion here. Kind of want to see what it looks like. When we zoom in. Yeah, 4 hour old New Week opening gap there. On the 1 hour, yeah, look, you can see we sort of did. It was bearish. We displaced slightly out of it, came back down into the inefficiency. That held it perfectly there. Pretty nice structural behavior. But yeah, on the 1 hour, yeah, we do still have some things to get through, like this one. It's only a 1 hour though. We did on the 1 hour shift above this high. On the 1 hour, we've market structure shifted continually. So all that's left to really look at is the correlations. Oops. So yeah, gold's already broken out of the high. Maybe there's something here with copper we should look at. So yeah, copper's forming a nice big displacement there on the monthly. Don't really care about the yearly low, really. I probably won't trade this that much. Nice relative equal high sweep. But yeah, on the weekly, nothing here, nothing relevant. Daily we did technically, oh no, we didn't. But we did market structure shift there. So daily BISI, and that held so far. We can set alerts later. So yeah, so far that daily's holding, it looks pretty good. But we also have this to fight, which we are so far rejecting, as daily SIBI. Alright, 4-hour chart. Yeah, so far rejecting that daily. Created lots of smooth lows there. Came in, took out this old high. But yeah, not super clear. We held that new week opening gap, failed to shift. Took out this support resistance liquidity here into this area, so it makes sense we'd pull back a little bit. We're back on top of the order block manipulation, order block. Alright, let's see if there's anything here. So yeah, gold, relative strength, it should be moving higher. We've already come up into this gap, sort of sold off there. So let's just investigate this low. You can see this is where we had the manipulation in copper here. Gold moved down, but then copper puked, basically marking this low. Silver also puked. Well, silver also manipulated the low. So this is a very clear SMT here. Ah, come on. What the heck, dude? Don't have SMT saved? Whatever. Well, there's SMT there. We shift up higher. We get another manipulation, basically, with copper. Gold's already at the highs. Maybe that's going to cause a rotation back down, though. No, gold's been the leader the whole time, and silver just broke out and been going crazy. So just gonna look at all these lows, higher lows on everything. The only thing that didn't set a higher low was this low here. Maybe there's something there. And that was this low. So we had this range, higher lows, but then boom, manipulation here, and that definitely fueled this move in silver and in gold. And then we had a change in character there, pullback, didn't take out anything except copper did. Copper failed to even go higher, but now it's taking that low out. So I don't know, but yeah, the clear setup, I already missed it. It's more about waiting for the next one, and it's kind of tough unless I'm really looking at all the price action here. It's like if I really trust this low, I kind of do, because I just don't remember what happened at the highs. Okay, we manipulated the high. Okay, cool. Copper came up here, actually took out the high. So that's like a huge change in character. But then copper manipulated the low, which it should be doing though. And that's causing a nice up move in gold. Gold is manipulating this high, which was already sort of. I thought there was a manipulation there. I don't know. Gold and silver moved up while it was happening. And then as those were coming down, silver came down more. I don't know, dude. This technical setup perfectly played out on copper already. So yeah, maybe we just need a reset of this low or this high. Obviously gold's going higher, but I don't know. I don't know where it's like definitely going, you know. We did have that change in character though here, you know, that you'd want to see to get long silver. And silver delivered there. We sold off. If we get maybe if we got that would be funny if we got copper above this. Because then I'd actually look for a pullback, but then I look for a pullback long. And this is a nice support resistance liquidity level too here on gold. So kind of want to see that AM low get taken possibly. And then yeah, maybe a long. I would justify a silver long. Okay, cool. Let me just organize my thoughts here. Silver long if gold, SMT, and watch copper manipulation for pullbacks. Possibly for future short ideas. And then on currencies, that is just obvious. We're just gonna go up. The dollar's just headed up. But on futures here, what were we saying earlier? Yeah, basically the same thing. Look for RTY manipulations for rotation in Q, yes, and vice versa longs. Yeah, that's basically it. Not much else. Unless I want to really dive deep into the currencies, but it's just too many things to track. This was just a higher time frame idea. So the only thing I'd want is like if we had a nice pullback, or AKA retrace, and like the dollar, then yeah, I'd love to maybe use that order block. Yeah, this order block is going to be nice if it pulls up, but too much going on, honestly. So I'm looking for a possible deeper pullback on these guys, maybe, and then long on NASDAQ. Yeah, that's it. Sounds like a plan.